What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Sessions with Rich. If you heard that lighter flick, then you know what time it is. Roll that shit, man. On this episode, Julia stops. Oh, wait, no, before that, I always forget the friggin'. You might hear my best friend cough in the background, hitting the weed too. I always forget. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, comment, share. This podcast goes as far as you guys take it as well. You can find me on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. I drop episodes every Sunday. Yeah, that's the boring shit. Julia, friend of the show, welcome back to the episode.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here at the almost end of Leo season. So, yay. We're talking about like it being like the end of a cycle, lots of cycles, so many cycles and patterns.
So many
We want to,
suck. How are you? Because we were talking about this before we press record. We feel like you life is a series of ebbs and flows, but then how you look at the ebbs and flows is all subjective. So who's to say what's good is good and what's bad is bad?
exactly. I totally agree with you. I feel like that so is like the non-duality perspective. Like, do you ever, I feel like non-duality is a new term for me, but I'm like, do you know what that means?
No, enlighten me.
Okay, so it's like the belief that like, and I might be totally butchering this, but like, and this is kind of really out there. This is kind of really out there, but it's kind of that like there is no good and bad. Like it sounds kind of out there, but like God and Satan can be the same. That's just an example. You know what I'm saying? It's like there is no
So
like
to
heaven and hell.
say
You know what
person,
I'm
say
saying?
character.
Yes, exactly. And how they can like one is like the adversary bringing the obstacles while the other one is like they're just like perfectly so it's kind of like that belief.
Mhm.
But I feel like that goes with kind of the ebbs and flows of life is like the valleys are like we can label them as bad, but it's like, well, when we're up high, then it's like we wouldn't even know what up high is. We didn't
Yeah,
ever have a low valley. So
it made me think
like
about when you said about Valley, because a valley, whoever's listening to this, if they're like, okay, a valley would be everything going right. But it can, and I had a thought about this when you just said that, it can be like you manifested something and then now you have all this extra, let's just say stuff you have to do. Let's just say you wanted your company to take off, but now you have all these extra responsibilities. And yeah, it's a great valley, but you complaining and blah blah blah. But if you just switch, like I these are problems that I wanted to have when I set that intention. But it's just about
exactly.
the bad ain't always bad, guys. I was reading. Are you familiar with Andy Einstein? Have you?
I maybe heard the name, but I'd love to hear more.
She tweeted this the other day, and it stuck with me. Um, Basically, don't take things at face value. It's all about our reaction to it. So it's not whatever happens. It's not always that bad. Now it's either a blessing, lesson, or a curse. So it's one of those three things, and it's up to you basically to decide how you want to pivot. And I'm like, damn, that can go for any fucking.
Exactly. Yes. And something I've been hearing, like, I heard this quote a while ago and I didn't write it down. It's so crazy because, like, now it's coming in my life and I'm like, oh my gosh, should have written it down. But,
Ooh.
like, it's like, and I might be butchering, but it was like everything that you don't view as a blessing will become a curse. And I was thinking about how, like, everything, like, kind of you're talking about, like, you get a new business and you have problems. Like, every beautiful, great new thing also has, like, an underbelly of, like, there's crappy things you have to deal with that also go with it. But it's like,
Yeah.
that's just, like, everything, like, I feel like that's, like, how the lows have, like, positive times, the highs have low times, like, it's that, like but who's to say what's good and what's bad? It's all progression, expansion, like,
Like prime example. I'd like to give examples. A low. I had to get out of my lease early, and then I lost my job in the same week. So
Oh,
to anybody that's like, what the fuck kind of situation? But I laughed when both of them happened. I said, okay, so there's some juicy shit about to pop out on the other side of this. Because one thing I've learned in life is like the more extreme the contrast is, which was that low, the greater the opposite will be. So if you
mm,
if you can look at it that way, so that the worse, and I'm using quotes if you listen to the audio version of this, the worse it is, the greater the opposite is, because it's a pendulum. It has to
mm,
swing.
yes. I love that. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. And I love that you like smiled because you knew have such like so much faith knowing the universe will not fail you because it hasn't so far.
You have to surrender to this shit. Like if you ever look back on anything that you went through, it's always worked out in the most extreme situations, and every day has its own set of problems, and you always worrying about it. But if you just, as long as you're putting forth action and you just say, you know what, I know I'm guided at all times, you forever will be Gucci. If you just, you are supported, bro. At all, the universe loves you.
Exactly. Yes. Amen. I love that so much. And like the universe is like working in our favor always. I feel like even when like bad things happen, I feel like that's also with like the non-duality perspective. Like when terrible, crappy things happen, like universe is still like working in your favor. It's going to like, well, I feel like it's if your perspective, if you choose to alchemize that,
Mhm.
I say alchemize, but, like turn that bad perspective into something good. Another word of alchemize, like you could say Juice World's version of like 999, like, turning a negative to a positive, like, I feel like that
Yeah,
is, like, so much of, like, life, like, alchemizing the pain into, like,
have to.
beauty, you know?
You have to be the alchemizer of your reality, guys.
Yes, exactly.
You have to, because I don't know if you. It's easy to complain about shit. It's so easy, but you gotta have that. You gotta stay with that attitude of gratitude. That's so important. I
I
catch
saw where you
myself
tweeted the
nagging.
other day. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna
No,
say?
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I saw you retweeted the other day, I screenshotted it, it was like, "Gratitude is the cheat code to life,"
It
and I was
is.
like, "Yes," like, that's just like the answer, you can be in heaven you can choose to be in heaven or hell, it's whichever one you choose to be in today.
Prime example. I didn't want. I don't want to wake up and go to fucking work. I dread it. I don't want to dial people. I don't want to travel. It's a lot. I don't want to do it. But also, I know I get to do this because it's also a choice. I can easily not show up and not get paid, but I get to do this, and it allows me a certain amount of money for me to do X, Y, and Z with. So for that, I express gratitude, and then I'll start listing the things other that surrounds it. Oh, well, I get this beautiful view of the city. I get to be by the river. My dispensary is 3 blocks away now, so it's closer than my last commute. So it's like you find the pockets of good within the thing, and it just boosts your vibration back up.
It's so true, yes, like, the wave, it boosted back up because it gets down. I love that, though, that's so true, like, the gratitude list so can just shift your perspective, like, from, like, "This is awful," to, like, let's zoom out and realize, like, "Oh my gosh," like, everything I have
Mhm.
all of these blessings, like, so many, like, and we all do. Oh,
I'm
and
curious. So I know it's been quite a while. Every time the a friend of the show pops back on, I never know how long it's been from the last episode because we just rolling. I feel like we're fucking we're really becoming a media company at this point, and I'm fucking with this
I
heavy.
love it, yeah, heck yeah.
I'm
I
fucking
love
with.
that.
But what's been new with you? What new things have you learned? Because you've come a long way from our last conversation.
Yes, I've learned a lot since the last time we talked. Last time we talked, one recent thing I've learned is to slow down in
Oh,
everything, and not only slow down, to not let rigidity and the, like, check mark type chore perspective get leaked into your, like, spiritual practice and yoga practice, because
mm,
recently I have been getting very like, when I would stretch in the morning, every morning I would, like, stretch before I would meditate because I'm like, "Well, I need to stretch and do yoga because it'll make my" like, good intentions, like, "It'll make my meditation better." Then
yeah.
it started, like, over time being like, "Why?" Like, just I need to do this stretch better. I need to do this kind of just taking things to the extreme and like not getting back to the intention of like why I was doing it. Well,
Hmm.
recently I do headstands as part of my yoga, and I went to do a headstand like second time. I'd already done it like a minute before, being greedy for some reason, thinking, oh, this will make my meditation better. Going up to do a second one, like knowing that's what I was doing and knowing like I should have been seeing a yoga teacher. I need to like slow it down, but like
Yeah.
I've been doing a good job and I've been enjoying it. But I went up to do it. I was in it, I was holding it for a second, and then it hurt, and I was like, oh, and then I like got up and I couldn't look that way. I couldn't. I was screaming. I was like,
Oh
oh my
shit.
gosh. And thankfully, so I went to the hospital. Thankfully, like nothing was wrong. I was convinced like my neck was broken or like I'd have to have surgery, something just like super that would inconvenience my life. And I was beating myself up because I'm like, I did this to myself. I know I did this because, like, I haven't been going slow in my yoga, like, this was, like, the needle on the haystack or whatever, and so thankful that, like, nothing is broken with that. I just have to go to some physical therapy, but, it has been such a lesson of, like, slow down, like,
Yeah.
when you don't have to meditate every day if you don't want to. It doesn't have to be an everyday thing. It's, like, more when you feel led. So that's something recently, very recently that I've learned, so
Mm. Slow down and move with intention.
intention, yes, exactly.
And
And
everything
slowing
you
down is
do.
medicine, I feel like, too.
I agree. And if you can apply that in like whatever aspect of your life, that shit a cheat code too.
Exactly, yes, yes, let things and one thing I would have told myself a little bit ago, not that I regret anything, because it was definitely a learning lesson,
Yeah,
I
no
would have
regrets. Never, no regrets.
never, never. It's all supposed to happen as it is meant to. But
Facts.
I would have just slowed down. What I'm telling myself now, just slowing down. I feel like a big thing is like if anyone on the here in the podcast has gone through something similar, don't beat yourself up. Self forgiveness. I feel like that's so big. Like you can't move forward if you're like hating on yourself or other. Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
can't hate on it because if you look guys, look at hating that shit. Look at hating yourself as when you're speaking to your inner child, which you know that you do have, and imagine that little you was sitting right there, and you're spitting out the same words you tell yourself to that little young child. You will feel terrible. You'll feel terrible, and then they'll make the
Oh,
face you just made, and you will feel even more shitty.
that is so true. I cannot imagine telling little me the stuff that like I tell myself on a daily basis, being hard on myself. Like that
Hell
is
no,
so
they'll start.
true.
She will start crying. She's like, "What do you mean?"
Exactly. That is such a g I have not thought about it like that. That is such a good point.
Hell no, you will feel terrible. Like it'll break your heart for real, for real.
Gotta keep your inner child gotta heal the inner child and keeping it alive. I feel like being playful, keeping it alive, going to I'll go places alone, like, I'll just go
Yeah,
to the skate park for, like
what do you like to do to like chill with your inner child?
yes. I love okay, lately I've been skateboarding. I've been loving doing that. That has been healing. I like to do this more in person. I hate that this sounds digital, but I am obsessed with looking up amusement park videos and Disney World videos of like the rides. Heals like obsessed with it to a T. Heals definitely heals my inner child.
Do you
And
like
what
going
else?
on amusement parks? Is that why
Well,
you
oh wait, say that again.
do you like going on the rides? That's why you
Yes.
okay.
I love the rides. I love thrill rides and like, like I like Six Flags and that kind of stuff, but with Disney World particularly, the amount of detail that they put in like the pre part of the ride and like after, like specifically on Space Mountain, they have like
Oh,
just like I can't explain the amount of detail that people have put into it. And I'm just like, oh, since I was a little kid, I noticed it, and it's just crazy going back, getting older, like, I don't know, that's what makes me feel so alive is, like, Disney World rides. I wanna be like an Imagineer one day. I'm manifesting it, so
I wonder what's underneath Disney World. That's what the juicy shit at. That's the scary stuff.
there's something underneath there for sure.
That's I don't know. It's
Oh,
definitely some tunnels and some underground shit down there.
there's some sus stuff about Disney. Very sus stuff for sure.
Too convenient. Just too giantly. That's just too. I've
I heard
noticed.
something recently. Oh, what were you
Oh
saying?
no, no, I'm interested.
Well, I heard something because I watched it a lot of like I really like this is my main thing with Disney. Urban exploring. This person in particular, I follow a few people do, but this one person in particular has gone to the extreme. He's been banned for life twice by Disney, but he works somehow with the workers and gets in, and he'll go to the rides when they're closed, or like
Oh
he'll just like
shit.
explore abandoned stuff and like oh, I saw something. So I love to like look into that kind of stuff and like the weird stuff of like Disney is really good at covering up when the rides like collapse or like one of the Jungle Cruise things recently completely like submerged and like everyone had to like jump away and like maybe
Damn.
their PR team's fire. But the thing I saw recently was that apparently no one dies at Disney because even if like apparently like they're dead, they'll do everything to revive them and then they will take them off the property and then they are pronounced dead after they have left Disney. So
What the fuck?
weird Disney fact. Sorry, but Disney is crazy.
Hell no. That's super sus.
Very sus.
Quadruple. You got me fucked up. There's probably some trap rooms in that bitch. Hell
Oh my
no.
gosh. I heard a bunch of kids go missing every year too. I can't believe everything on the internet, but I've heard that like a bunch of kids go missing every year at Disney. Putting in the tunnels, you never know.
I would not leave my child alone. They're not gonna ride alone.
No. Yeah.
That's
Oh my gosh.
you
I
you
hope every time I've taken my daughter, it's like
you
literally like right there.
yeah, you know how to create your reality. You good. You Gucci.
Yay.
You
Thank
Gucci.
you. Oh. Oh, you
So
too. Look at you. You literally I was thinking right before this podcast, I was like, "Oh, I remember something about England." And then I'm like, now you're moving to England. That's insane.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Probably for this next chapter of my journey
Yes.
for
Yay.
sure. Scary as fuck, but I'm excited to move, be with my girl, and just travel the world. It'll be a dope ass time.
Exciting. Yay.
It'll be a
Awesome.
dope ass time. What?
Also,
Ooh,
oh,
oh no.
you go first. I went first last time. You go first this time.
I saw this. They said that India went to the moon today, and they had it like a little like a photo of it, and the thing looks CGI as fuck.
Man, everything's CGI these days. Everything. I swear, I don't know what's a real human or like what's not. Like,
Have you seen that? Who cloned Tyrone?
yes, I love that
Bro,
movie.
they was bold as fuck on that. It makes you think because now after I what guy? Okay, sorry, disclaimer, guys. If you haven't seen the movie on Netflix, uh, either come back to this in like 45 seconds to a minute or continue listening. Okay, thank you, love you. And after the show, it made me start think like when I pass by schools and like churches and shit. I'm like, is this like a fucking the base to get to the underground shit? I'm like, oh damn, because you know it's truth, and they was bold, just bold.
There was so much that I was like, "Oh my goodness," like, oh, I
Like,
remember
damn, am
trying to
I
look stuff.
clone?
I oh my gosh. Like, it's crazy, like, literally, like and this one of those I probably need to go and rewatch because, like, at the very end when it was, like I think it was actually Tyrone that they were like, "That's you on the TV," like, I was like,
Yeah,
"Wait, what's going" I was like, "Wait, so this is happening all" like, I was hitting that I was like, "This is it hit me already, I guess, when they were clones underground, but, like, I don't know, that they were doing this, like, all over, and they just dropped so many conspiracy theory, quote, unquote, "gems" in there that I was like, "Y'all are hitting so many." With the
yeah.
music specifically too. I was like,
Oh, it's. I feel like that part went over a lot of people's heads though. The music part.
yeah, the DJ part when they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
And then the
Oh my
food, they talking about the chicken.
blew my mind. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, damn. And then makes you think about could they so over here we got like pot pies and like little like even I feel like it's in McDonald's too. I ain't even go
M
stunt.
me too. Oh, it's good. It's
I
good everyone's fun.
know,
Yeah. Oh.
but but then even like the artists be talking about it. Like they'll admit to it and stuff like that. I'm like, God damn. But people like, no, you can't clone. Yeah, you can.
Exactly. You can clone a sheep, you can clone a person, like, it's do have you seen The Island? Don't wanna jump topics,
That
but it's so
sounds
on that.
that sounds familiar. Give me the premise.
Okay, so basically I don't wanna ruin it for you, but well,
No,
it sums this up, like, at the
I'll still
beginning, but you
watch
sh
it.
it's so good. It has, like, Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. It has, like, a
Oh
bunch of
no.
stars in it, but, basically, like, he's waking up from, like, a nightmare when he's just, like, realizing everything, and, like, he's like, "Oh," and then, like, the main character's like let me zoom out and think of how to actually explain it. I was about to tell you the whole movie from the beginning. I remember it that well. I was like, just tell 'em from the whole thing. Basically, like, these people think that they have all been saved from, like, this terrible virus that killed everyone outside of the island, and they're, like, all in these, like, special super futuristic like room hotel type things that are like all separated. And so like there's like a lottery of who's going to get to go to the island next. And like there's like this special island they say they take you to, and like you just get chosen. But like everyone is there and being fed like just like weird just weird food, like keeping their like their health is like super watched. Like it's very materialistic. I don't know how to say that word. Militarized, that's what I'm looking for. And, like, so anyway, so they, like, are all thinking that they're being saved because of this virus that killed everyone else, and then, like, someone gets called to go to the lottery, and, like or they get on the lottery call to go to the island, and then, like, some people are starting to be on to, like, what's going on, like, "Oh, there's a pattern, certain people go to the island," and, like, whatever, and people are like, one of the characters sees a butterfly, and he's like, "I thought he starts to question things, he's like, "I thought everything was, like, destroyed with all the virus and stuff," and so he senses there's, like, life outside, and, so basically, like, it gets really deep because it's, like, one
Oh
of those
damn.
multiple layer timelines. It's like
Oh.
Inception, like, times 4, like and basically, they come to realize this is just the kind of gist of it. They come to realize that, like, they are actually clones that are saved away for celebrities out in the real world, like football players, like all
What
these
the
people. And
fuck?
so it's like when they need new organs, like they've got someone living on the island, which is really just some like pod. There is no island. Whenever the person gets picked for an island, like to go on the island, it's because their clone in real life, like the person needs them. And so it's like this, like when it's one of those, like you're zoomed in when you start, when it's at the end, it's like I've got to rewatch it 4 times,
What
but
the
you should watch it. You
fuck?
should watch it.
Oh, that shit is oh,
I
god
hope I explained
damn.
that well. I don't know.
No, it did. No, it did make sense. I see why you say it's multi-layered. 'Cause shit.
So because the timeline, I mean, I need to watch that one a few more times, but it was made like in 2012 when movies were still like super fire. So I feel like they were super fire back in 2012. I don't know, but
They ain't fire now.
I know.
Are you a DC or a Marvel watcher?
Kind of. Is Spider-Man one of those? Is Spider-Man one of
Yes.
those? I like
Spider-Man.
this Spider-Man cartoon, new cartoon type stuff. I
I
like
feel
that
you on
stuff.
that one. I feel you on
Are you into that stuff?
I am. I do love my. I don't really watch. So I don't watch TV much now. Like I watch my like certain shows because I'm like I know things are like programmed. Even with music too. I don't listen to a lot of the shit I used to. Like I'll listen to my stuff that keep me pumped in the gym or like my low guilty pleasures. But I'm very mindful of what I ingest now. Fuck that
So
shit.
good. Mhm. Because it really impacts everything. Like, literally, like, I'll feel a certain way, like how they were showing those certain rooms back to, like, in the They Clone
Oh
Tyrone, like,
yeah.
them getting mad, I'm like, I mean, and I love Lil Wayne. I love these rappers that I listen to, especially Lil Wayne, the GOAT. I feel like Lil Wayne's the GOAT. But, like, sometimes I'll
I
listen
second
to
that.
certain ones and I'm like, now I feel like I wanna I don't know.
It's that vibration in the song.
Literally the vibration, literally. Like
'Cause
magic. I feel like they've gotten it figured out,
it's a
like, down to a
spell. It's
science.
a spell. It's a frequency.
Yes.
Because even like like on YouTube with the little rain videos and like when you play that, you just automatically just get calm. It's a
Yes.
frequency.
Exactly. Yes.
Being by
I listen
water is a
to, like,
frequency.
the wait, what's a frequency?
Being by the water is a frequency. You said you listen to
Oh. Well, I listen to a lot, like you were saying, like, the rain, water noise. Well, I listen to, like,
who's your
specific hertz.
artist? Who do you listen to? Like
Oh,
on your
oh.
playlist? Who your people?
Ooh. Okay, so lately I've been well, honestly, like you had said, like you weren't listening to a lot of music. I've been listening to a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of stuff that I normally am into, but I have for the last 2 years been into kind of like more dubstep type,
Mm,
no word, like lo-fi type music.
love
So I don't
lo-fi.
have like super set artists for that, but I do love that kind of music. But I love Lil Wayne. Like I said, I love Lil Wayne, just like that kind of older, like 2015 rap. I'm still stuck on that. Like Lil Yachty, like Lil Uzi Vert,
I love Lil
um,
Uzi.
Like that. I think I'm permanently stuck in like 2016, that kind of music.
Have you listened to his new album, Uzi?
Ooh, I have no wait, is it the one that's like with the fire strike thing? Or is it
It's like a pink American flagish looking.
Oh, Uzi. Oh, I thought you meant Yachty. I'm so
No, no,
sorry.
no, no,
No,
no,
I
no.
have not. I heard one song, but, I have not listened to it. Is it good?
A few of them fire and bangers.
Oh, I need to listen. Oh,
That shit
his
bang.
vibe is so unique, I feel like. It's just like, I don't know,
I
rock
agree.
star with rap.
Yeah, I
Mm.
agree. I agree. This shit litty. Julia?
And I like Playboi Carti too. I can't
Ooh.
lie.
No, I do like Playboy. I like Russ. Have you ever heard of Russ?
Yes, Russ, and he's independent too. That's what's awesome. I love that. Yes.
Big music. If you ever get a chance, get a record player.
Ooh, like a OG one with like a vinyl?
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That would be
Hell yeah.
so
The music
oh,
sound dope as fuck on that one.
I love that. Oh, do you like Chance the Rapper since you
I,
live in
I, l- I
Chicago?
love Chance. I love Chance. And he need to drop another album.
Oh, I don't even remember that. I haven't been kept up with him. I'm still stuck on Acid Rap. I don't
That's
even know if
another
that was an
that's
album.
a
I just love
banger. That's that fucking have you did you listen to his 10 day the
Wait,
mixtape
what was
before 10 day? His
I
mixtape
don't
before
think
acid.
so.
Give that a listen. That shit got some that's gold. That shit timeless.
Oh, I'm going to listen.
You
Definitely. I have not. I need to catch up on Chance and Lil Uzi Vert. They've been dropping new stuff.
that
Love
shit
that.
bangers. I always
Uh,
ask this last question to my guests. What would your message be to humanity during this time?
Hmm. Less is more, specifically on the time on your phone. And life is so much more than the internet. Like, go outside. Remember to do more than just touch grass. Like, be out in community and don't let the digital world or work or anything stress you out too much because life is a gift, even on the worst days.
Don't think about it too much.
Yes.
That's it.
Love that. Love that song. Love that quote. Love that.
It just came to me. Bars, bars. Julia,
Yes.
thank you so much for being on.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun, and I'm glad I got to come back for a second time. So yay.
Friend of the show. Guys, I hope that you gained a lot of knowledge from this episode. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you want to be on, let me know as well. Let's continue evolving and helping people. As always, you are the creator. So create your shit.